Hello, everybody, and welcome to this munch. Welcome to this month's NinjaChris Live, and this month we're discussing costumes and clothes. We're going to delve into the clothes as well as just costumes, because at the end of the day, costumes are clothes, theoretically, as long as you're wearing them, because you can get a costume where you don't wear anything. It's another way of saying your birthday costume, but hopefully none of you there are wearing that costume or lack of costume. Please tell me you're dressed. Put your clothes on if you're not. You're dirty. If you want to watch me like that. I know I'm beautiful and everything, but keep your clothes on, would you? Anyway, yes, I hope you've all had a fabulous month. You've all been up to some good deeds, or maybe you've not done anything good at all. Have you just glided through the month? Who knows? Because that's pretty much what I do. I just go through the month and just bless the world. Just try and get through it. And we have some fun. And I just love my history, obviously. And yes, this month we are doing costumes. So, what is a costume exactly? A costume is a set of clothes that you wear when you want to look a bit different, when you want to look like something different. Basically, for example, if you're going to a party or something, it's, well, obviously a fancy dress party, you'll wear a costume then, wouldn't you? Depending on the party, because you might have a Halloween party, so you'll dress up as a princess if you're a lady, or if you're a man, you'll dress as a prince or a zombie, or whatever you feel takes your fancy. Some sort of supernatural being. Maybe a scarecrow. Or maybe they'll be a bit still, trying to stay still as a scarecrow. It doesn't really work as well, I don't think, but either way, it's the sort of thing you do when you want to do something that doesn't look like you. And believe me, I like to do a lot of things that don't look like me. But this is what you get. So I'm afraid you just got to deal with it. This is me. This is what you're going to have to look at for the next hour or so. However long I can keep you going for. But anyway, now I've given you the description that I found of a costume. Now I'm going to take you right back into Africa, where we first had clothes, because they had fields and everything where you could grow and put things together, because it was kind of where you first had people, the Aborigines and people like that, who, well, back then they they didn't know anything better than just walking around in the all together, because they didn't have anything to cover themselves up with. So they were quite buff, and it was like, yeah, I'm gonna walk around like that. Nothing wrong with this. But then they realised, because then they started moving across, they started migrating across countries. I mean, they went over to like India, but then they started going up, and they started heading towards Siberia. And then they realised, it's getting a little cold here. I need I need to put something on. Hang on. So they started kind of taking down animals and stuff like that. So this is all happening over the past like 170,000 years ago. And this is a kind of timeline of going through. So eventually they got to the Siberian bit, where they realised it was a bit cold. So they basically, with the animals, they ate the animal bit, but with the fur, they essentially just wrapped it around them. Those of you who know what a snuggie is, it was kind of like that. They just wrapped it around them. Or maybe they just call it a towel. Their modern day, what we call a towel was probably just their bathrobe, essentially. So that's pretty much what they had. But then, as it progressed on, as we're looking back India now, back 3000 BC, where they started doing something called cotton spinning, because, well, you could have some sort of cotton field and grows that sort of thing. You weave it all together, and then as magic, you can create some sort of linen equipment or whatever you want to create out of it, and you can shape it so it went into your arms and everything. You get your head in. It was all nicely wrapped around you, and over the years, it's kind of just become like that. So it's been really, really productive as clothes making, and it's amazing what you can get from plants. You can get from flowers and stuff, like cotton flowers, cotton, everything. You just get it all together, and wow, you've got something. And also in India, back in like in 400 AD, they added silk weaving, but we're jumping ahead too far here, because the way we got all of this stuff over our end, because that was all over in the Indies, but we obviously got our stuff over from China, because they got hold of all these ideas, they got hold of all these plans, they decided to get fancy, they moved it all together and everything, and then they made something called silk, which is something that is really expensive, and it's something that the only Chinese could make, and that's from like 114 BC. So yeah, quite a while back, and we've still got silk now, and I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but we still get it over here. We get it sent over, and that is sent over all through this Silk Road that we have, which is basically a trading station where it all comes from China. It all started in the Han Dynasty of China, because that's the time it was, in 114 BC. It was the Han Dynasty, and the Han Dynasty seemed to be a very productive era. The earlier eras of China, you notice, are more based around creative stuff, building up their communities and stuff, and finding out things that they could build. So that's how we end up with China now, even though China now is probably not the most brilliant place to be right now, but anyway, they've got all that stuff, and they've improved over many, many years. I mean, we've had the Ming Dynasty. Okay, that's a lot more recent, but you know, they did quite well with their pottery ware, so they came up with all that stuff, all that stuff that people want, and you can see in museums nowadays saying, "Oh, this is a Ming vase, this is a Ming jar. Do not touch because it is delicate, because it was made back in like 1000 AD time." So yeah, it's only 1,000 or so years ago, but still quite a while, still a fair while back. Maybe about 800 years ago. I'm not here to do maths. I'm just here to tell you history. I'm trying to get you the dynasties of China, but either way, things over them have progressed, and they've always used the Silk Road just to get across. It was something that the Romans, that's how they founded the Silk Road, and then they started bringing all these fancy clothes across over around here. Some people like to dress up as a Roman soldier. Remember, I did at school. We had to do the Romans, and we had to create our own costumes. Remember, we had to make shields as well. We had to make them out of cardboard. It's like, well, this ain't gonna protect anybody. It's made of cardboard. What if it rains? It didn't, thankfully. We did it in the summer. We actually ran out onto a big field, and we actually pretended. We actually had to do the protection setups and stuff. That one where you had to kind of build a fort. You had to kind of, your front men had the shields out that way, and then the other side, and you had to put them over your head as well, just to protect yourself from arrow fire. You know, all that fancy stuff that you had to do when you were a kid. It was a lot of fun. Granted, that wasn't good at it. I probably would have been shot. I mean, I'm a big lad. I mean, come on, I was even big back then. They'd shoot me. Boo! I'd be straight in the head. Nah. But I love the idea of wearing a Roman costume. even though if I was wearing an actual Roman attire back then, I'd probably struggle to stand because it weighs so much. But I've noticed everybody loves the Romans. Whenever I talk to somebody, it's always like, "Oh, I love the Romans, me. Oh, I love to talk about the Romans. Oh, they've such great history. They do." Like, yes, they do. Of course they do. If it wasn't for the Romans, we wouldn't be here. Well, I definitely wouldn't be here in England anyway, since they overtook at one point, and they left in 410, thanks to Claudius, who came over in 43 AD, came over, took us down, well, tried to take a few of our tribes down. He did, but then he left in 410. Well, obviously we had a different emperor back then. We've gone through quite a few of them, but that's the thing. I'm not talking Romans here. I know this isn't the Roman show. I have to wait till next year for that one. It's all fun and games. Anyway, yes, we were doing the Silk Road, weren't we? I was off on the Ninja Road, something like that. If you want to go with that way. The funny thing about all this is, it wasn't until the 18th century when it actually first came to indicate a form of clothing attire, because costumes weren't really clothing. Well, they weren't really called costumes back then. It was literally just clothes back then. But because all costumes are technically clothes, but it didn't become a costume. It came from some sort of Latin, which is something like consuetude, which is meaning custom or usage. Sorry, I'm not. Sorry, I skipped Latin at school. Forgive me. I'm not that posh. It was a public school. It was a great school. It was lovely. It was probably easy because it was right around the corner. But get what you get. But I enjoyed school. I really would like to go back sometimes, because, well, my life now it's grand because I can live stream with you guys, and it's great fun. And you got loads of, so yeah, it was kind of came from the Latin, but in reality it came from the Italian language as well, because Italian language of costume, most of the costume ideas came from the Renaissance period, because I think that was why it wasn't the 18th or 17th century, because it was around just after the Renaissance period where it was all artists and stuff like that. So everybody around there all wanted to dress up. So instead of just painting with Da Vinci and everybody and Picasso, all of those famous artists, they wanted to make themselves look like art as well. It was usually always colourful costumes and stuff like that. The French also got hold of it, but if you come up from Italy, you are going to end up in France. So, I mean, France isn't exactly a small, well, it doesn't look small on the map anyway. It's probably not small in reality as well. Wasn't small to England anyways, since England and France have had a lot of trouble in history as well. But we've got a lot of clothes coming up there from Italy. So either way, that's it. Costume was Italian as well. But we got it. We got some costumes from it. And we all dress up. We all dress up in costumes of whatever type of era. I got to ask you guys, what's your favourite costumes? I didn't ask you. I forgot to ask you at the start. What's your favourite costume to wear? Do you dress up? Do you enjoy dressing up? Have you had a interesting experience with costumes? Like I say, I dressed up in stuff. I mentioned my Roman costume, something that I remember from my childhood. I've always remember that. I think I was in year 6 at school when I did that, because I remember the teachers up on the hill pretending to fire arrows. Obviously, they weren't firing real arrows. They didn't hate us that much. The teachers weren't that bad. Like I say, it was a good school. It was a good school. It wasn't because we were bad. They weren't actually shooting real arrows at us, you know. Sometimes I think maybe they wanted to, but they didn't, thankfully. That's banned at school, you know. Corporal punish. Not good. No. Not a good idea. But there's loads of different. Anyway, there's loads of different variations of how to produce a costume. It's not just with the clothes and everything. I mean, there's loads of different elements to making a costume. You can also just paint your body in different colours, like maybe removable tattoos. Or if you really want to keep the tattoo, then make it permanent. But I don't think that's really a costume then, because you're stuck with it. Though I think you can remove tattoos. I think there is a tattoo removal service. Tattoo removal service? I don't know. Either way, I'm on about body painting, that sort of thing. They paint your body. It's those ones who paint their body full. Because I know that, like, for example, for my American friends, they all know the Independence Day. People like to dress up fully. They like to look like the American flag. They go all out. Red, white, blue. Maybe somebody's got fancy and put a big star on the chest or something. Seen some interesting patterns over the years. They like to paint themselves like the country's flag. I always think that's fairly interesting how they do it. Some costumes are for a disguise, because they want to hide the face. Can you see me? No? They want to do face covers and stuff. Usually not for good reasons, though. When we picture a disguise, it's not usually for good reasons, but you can disguise yourself in theatrical ways as well. All that sort of things, because, well, at the end of the day, costumes are basically popular in theatre, which is again why it probably came after the Renaissance period, because theatre became massive. And thing with theatre, you could have any type of costume really. Nowadays in theatrical, where you can actually have historical costumes, so you can dress up. So if you're doing the Elizabethan era or something, you could dress up as Queen Elizabeth, have the proper neck brace thing, which I've never understood. Never understood why they had them net brace things, but hey, it was a height of fashion at that time. Well done them for coming up with something. You can have some fantastical kind of gear as well, which is, well, fantasy style. So you want to dress like a robot, or you want to dress like your favourite alien? Maybe. I don't know. That sort of things. Or maybe your favourite TV show. It depends. Maybe you want to paint yourself yellow like a Simpson or something. Maybe you want to look like Mr. Griffin from Family Guy. You can get loads of stuff for that. Sorry, I'm just picking random fantasy characters here. I mean, I could have gone with like Mickey Mouse or something like that. Yeah. Well, you do have them sort of things around. People do dress up. You have these big animal costumes that you can wear. See them? So people can dress up as Mickey Mouse. When you go to fun fairs or fairgrounds and stuff like that, there's usually something bouncing around, some animal, some person in an animal costume bouncing around. I mean, we have that sort of thing coming around Derby. I've seen it in the town centre outside shops. There's been one random costume thing, massive head. Obviously, they're for the kids. Though I think the adults probably do try and take the mick sometimes, but I'm not one of those people. I just I just look at it and like, oh, another one for the kids. Like, cool. It's the thing with the costumes. They love dressing up and everything. Usually outside toy stores you find. I think it was like a Bob the Builder one at one point. I don't even know if he's still going strong. I think he's more CGI now though, Bob the Builder is. Well, I guess they fixed it. Sorry, that was terrible. That was bad. So yeah, body painting, disguises. Oh, part of a disguise, you have a faint mustache. Okay, and I shouldn't have done that. Okay, sorry about that. I put my finger up across my nose and I couldn't speak properly. Either way, you can have a fake mustache as well, quite popular in theatrical work. You put them on. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna end up starting to talk like I'm in an air bubble or something, like I'm squashed up against the wall. Then we can also have a fat suit, which is, well, it pretty stands to reason. It's a huge plastic suit that kind of expands. If you've ever seen Weird Al Yankovic's parody of Bad called Fat, he has one of those in that where he bursts out. That's a fat suit. He just expands out and suddenly he's now a fat guy. And now all podgy around the outside. Sorry, I love that video. I love that video. Your body's one, but mine is two. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'll leave it at that. Nobody's singing today. Not yet, anyway. Not until you get me started, because I know what you guys are like at getting me started. I mean, I was gonna go for the inflatable suits as well next, but I kind of did both there. So you can just get inflatable suits as well. It's just, well, inflate. Go figure. You've also got illusion costumes. These ones that you're in a suit, but you've got like the legs of a horse dangling, so it looks like you've got horse's legs, but really your human arms are in them. So it's an illusion that you look like a horse walking, but really it's probably about 10 men inside. Kind of like the big Japanese dragon thing. It's like, it looks so realistic. And you got that dragon dance thing in China. Notice a lot of things in China, they love to have a good dance because they have a lion dance. It's all over in the East Asian area or Southeastern Asia. They like to get dressed up and all that special equipment. But I was saying earlier about having the silk and everything. They've got it all over there. They've got all the fancy equipment over there. So yeah, I suppose it's no wonder why they've got all that stuff that they can use, all these special Camino costumes and all that stuff. So yeah. Anyway, we were in fantastical costumes a moment ago, and yes, we've also got dance. We can also dance in them costumes. I suppose quite a lot of you have been around movies that have them dance movies. I haven't seen them, but it's kind of like, I don't know what it was, Pulp Fiction or them dance movies where they all dance, flash dance or something. They all have dressy outfits. They always like to show off a bit of their chest, don't they, when they've got them dance suits on? Though it depends on what kind of dance you're doing. If you're doing that kind of formal dancing like you're doing Strictly, they're more dressed up smartly. Okay, the ladies are usually dressed all sparkly and everything. It's like, whoa, sparkles. But it's not usually about that. It's usually about how the dance goes. Anyway, and then, well, we've got more modern and contemporary stuff now. Basically, everybody's wearing all what goes with the modern sort of gear nowadays, and they just make it a contemporary sort of style. Basically, I suppose you can dance as a tree or something, maybe. But that's just sort of thing. They like to do comical stuff, comical outfits that are quite comical. Like Harley Quinn outfits. Those of you who've seen theatricals, they're a bit of a jester. That's why they've got Harley Quinn as the Joker's right hand lady, because they did that cleverly out of that, because they're just there to cause trouble. Little troublemakers, little clowns, jesters. So that's how we ended up with the that's DC character Harley Quinn. the Suicide Squad, I believe. Hang on. Superheroes and supervillains was a few months ago. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to go back into the brain scan here. Trying to remember where we were. I don't know where I am. I need a drink. Sorry, I'll see what's going on. Okay, let's see what everybody's saying. Everybody having a good day. See what. Okay, hello Anna. Anna Philly Mouse. Very good to see you. Hello Mowley. Good to see you as well, as always. Oh, Stephen, you're here. Oh, troublemakers here. Yes, you're here. Oh, Terry, well done. You've made it here. Great to see you. Since this is your topic, I'm glad you're here. Sorry, Stephen, I wasn't trying to have a go at you. You're fine. You're a great guy. We all love you. I'm glad you're here. I know, Anna. I know. What would my costume be? Oh, dearie me, you put me on the spot. I think I still kind of like a Roman outfit, since I like it, since I enjoy it. I'd look like a Roman centurion or something like that. Obviously not the heavy armor and stuff. Oh, Stephen, you've got my little old ladies defending you. Sorry. My very young and experienced ladies. Oh dear, what have I started? It's all anarchy now. I'm hiding. We are safe. Ow. Probably shouldn't have done that. Ow. That's alright. I think I've just cracked my neck. Hang on. Stephen won't understand what a tom out is. Yes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Help me. Yes, Stephen, that was the joke. It was the gag because there was a kitten in the Kitten Academy called Tommy, and because the cat and the kitten called Tommy was always so extravagant around the younger kittens, we were always because Mr. A, the headmaster of the Kitten Academy, kept having to pick him up and hold on to him, and saying, "We're going to have to put you in a tom out." It's kind of a bit of a running gag that came along. So yes, it was meant to be a timeout, but it was a timeout for Tommy, so we ended up shortening it to Tom out. Go figure. It worked out nicely. I haven't seen Mr. A. I didn't see Mr. A's Halloween costume this year. Did he wear one? Did Mr. A wear a costume this year? Because I must have missed it or something. But anyway, we have a lot of fun going off at Kitten Academy. When I do get to watch it, it's always fun. Though it seems quite quiet at the moment. Right, okay. I was wondering if thank you for confirming that, Anna and Terry. Thank you for that. Oh. Hello, Sam. Oh, it's good to see you as well. Oh, Sam and Stephen. Good to have you both here. Oh, cool. I'm getting my own crew's coming in here now. Oh, I love this. Now, where the blooming heck was I? We were doing the cost. Yes, I hadn't gone through all the elements, had I? Because I don't have. I left it at the illusion, didn't I? And the inflatables, and yeah, it's masks now because they use masks a lot in costumes, especially when it comes to like a masquerade ball. That's kind of a posh party where they wear masks. I think it's that one where they wear half masks. They hold the ones up to the face. Because there's ones where they do half masks during it, maybe so they're hidden. Oh, by the way, hello, Kitten fangirl. I see you've slipped in there. You've got similar thumbnails on there. You kind of blend in. Cecilia, hello. Brilliant. The gang's all coming in. What happened to my hair? It got shaved off. Oh dear, is it that noticeable? Hang on, where are we? I haven't even seen. Oh yes, I see. It is all gone. It does look quite gone. To be fair, I don't really look into mirrors that often. I don't usually like what I see, to be fair. The only time I really look into a mirror is if I'm gonna shave, which I had to do it this morning. I had to shave this morning, but it is what it is. I didn't really think too much of it. I look. Johnny Bravo. Yes, okay, fair enough. You want to go with that one? Or do the monkey with me? There's something happened. No, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. Just look at last year's Halloween video. You see me with a wig on. a blonde fake Elvis. Yes. Yes, Johnny Bravo. No. To be fair, I think the show's been going along just nice and fine and moving smoothly. I think you've got all really. I think I've done pretty much all the history. Now we can just have fun with what sort of costumes you get wearing, or we could just see how the month has gone, and we just have a chat now. That's simply how we work. We just may slip in a few costumes in there as well. I've not gone through like there's a. Oh, I realise I've not mentioned one that because it's a Zentai element that you can wear as a costume. From what I get, it's a skin type full bodysuit costume, and it's called a Zentai. I think that's how you say it. I think it's something Japanese or Chinese, but oh, Stephen, you're going around everybody, aren't you? You're just checking everybody out. I caught bits of the mailbag, but I didn't really want. You wanted a trick in the neck. I don't remember what costume I wore, but I do remember in my 20s tricking in the neighborhood for beers. Oh, Terry, you naughty. But I suppose back then it was all the rage back then. Everybody wanted a beer. Thank goodness Jeannie isn't here, because she'll be all over that. I know she loves a beer. Mum has. Well, it was a lot of mentionings of New Year's Day festivals, because I was looking at Chinese New Year and I realised they go all out in their festivals. But I find out there's a lot of festivals that go on. I know Mardi Gras is one of them. I'm showing you that's a perfect one to see all the face paintings and body paintings anyway. Oh yes. Well, yes, all seasonal costumes as well. You want to dress up as Santa Claus? Yes. Even though you should be wearing green, theoretically, thanks to Coca-Cola turning him red, giving him rosy cheeks and everything like that. Should be green. Oh, it's Irish, right? It's from Finland as well. All these things that you find out. But yes, you can have the Saint Nicholas, Santa Claus outfit. Muscle's meant to be a rabbit, really? Wow. Yeah, you could drink a lot of beer. You lived in Colorado, you could drink 3.2 only, and our own dance floor. So nice. I counted myself in. Oh, well done. Well done. Well, I guess by then you'd do anything for a drink back then. Nearly said Oswald Cobblepot, but no, that's back round to Batman, and that's the Penguin. We're just gonna. I think I'm just gonna go all around Batman again, aren't we? We're just gonna. Oh, yes, Oswald Cobblepot. If you've seen the Gotham series, though, I do believe he's in costume then as well. No, that is a costume that he wears. I mean, obviously the bat suit. That's the costume as well with his batarangs. I'm not judging you, Stephen, for that. No, you look fine when you walk. Besides, most of the time we spend sat down chatting anyway, or you're stood still, so we don't have to worry about that too much. Though I feel sorry for the. It's just annoying that people would think that of you. Oh, there's always Baileys on the table at Christmas. So my grandparents used to love a good Baileys. Can't believe we are around. I can't believe we're around at Christmas already. Next month we're gonna have. Next month's show is basically it's gonna just be an all-out show of us just rambling together. I'm calling next month's a Christmas party. I mean, at the end of the last Saturday of every month, it's pretty much a Christmas party. It's pretty much a party anyway. I do a bit of history, then we just party together. Anyway, it's just nice to catch up after a month where we don't see each other. Steam, the goths and the steampunks. Oh, they wear. Oh, you got that black eye makeup and stuff like that. All that black gear and everything like that. It's like, whoa. Well, I have a Christmas hat that I can wear. I have a couple actually. But don't worry, I'll wear something. I don't tend to go fully all out, but I've got a hat. I can wear. Yep. And if I can find it, I will probably wear it. Okay. I will wear a t-shirt. Well, I will wear a t-shirt. I can guarantee that. I do have Christmas t-shirts, as you've probably seen in the past, and yes, I will pick out of one of those. Or you want me to have a reindeer? Well, I tell you, I have got in the Christmassy spirit because I won these in the raffle on Thursday. It did come in a box, but I ate the box. I didn't eat the box. It's just I got a nice little bag full of sweets. I think it's a bag full of quality streets, and it comes in a nice Christmassy style bag. Thought it was nice. It was nice. I haven't eaten them yet. I won twice on Thursday. There's a thing called Happy Days. I won on the raffle twice, and I didn't even buy the raffle tickets because somebody was leaving, and I just said, "Here, you can have them." And I won twice. I got this little Christmassy bag. I look forward to trying to eat them. Oh, what's the joke? Christmas party hat for the live stream. I will have a hat. Don't worry. I know. Quality Street aren't the best, but hey, look, it was free. I didn't pay for the raffle tickets. But it's the person who was leaving. She had 3 tickets left, and she gave them to me. I didn't expect to win, because I never win raffles. Oh, I don't know what I'll be. I don't know exactly what I'll be wearing. I could bring them to church if you like. If you really want a quality street, then fine by me. They're not usually my favourite style. To be fair, I prefer the celebrations. Can't believe we're doing Christmas sweet talk. But any talk about sweets is always sweet. But going Christmassy now. Freeze-dried candy was Skittles. Oh, Lindor. Oh, Lindor. Oh, I love those. I always get my mum a big box of those, and I always nab some off her. Well, I ask her nicely, and she gives me a few of them. She's nice like that. Oh, man, time has flown, hasn't it? Time's flown, but I really love my time. I've not seen those. Lindor chocolate brownies. Oh. Not really. I don't really do the fruity cake. It wouldn't be my first choice. Oh, Toby. Oh, you stop it. You're making me want some now. You're torturing me here. This is torture because you're telling me about all the chocolates. And I did my chocolate show in February, and we're still talking chocolate. Oh, Catherine, hello. Not seen you for a while. Nice to see you popping in every so often. It's good to have you back for a bit. I suppose it depends how fruity your fruitcake is. I mean, I don't do Christmas puddings and stuff like that, or Christmas cakes. But my auntie does a lovely waffles. What is it? Waffles and a hot cookie, and I put some ice cream and chocolate sauce over it. Oh, it's lovely, and it's something that is just everybody likes as a pudding. I mean, you can't beat a hot pudding though. A hot Belgian waffle and a hot cookie. Where do you stand on the mince pies thing? Because no, I don't do the mince pies either. And the thing is, Happy Days next Thursday, it's a Christmassy one, and they're serving 5 courses, but a couple of those courses are going to be the mince pies and the cakes. It's like, oh no. So I'm not going to get involved in that, but I'm sure the food will be good. Be a nice Christmas dinner style setup. Oh, Stephen, you're on board with me on that one. No mince pies. Though they're doing some celebratory Bakewell tarts, that seems. It's like a Bakewell tart, but instead of cherries on top, they put little sprinkles instead, little coloured sprinkles. Oh, no. No, okay. The mince pies is getting a bit of a mixed result. I guess I was kind of expecting that. It's kind of like, I suppose, like Sam says, it's all a bit love-hate. You either love it or you hate it. I suppose when it comes to Christmas festive specific foods, it kind of like, Well, I'll tell you one thing that I do love for Christmas sort of style dessert is a Ben and Jerry's. They're doing a Minter Wonderland, and they're lovely because they're simple, just white mint ice cream with some chocolate bits in. It's just lovely. It's a lovely, simple combination, but they taste so nice. But unfortunately, they only bring it out at Christmas. But it's called Minter Wonderland, so yeah. But I really love it. Sam, it's technically three courses, but they seem to be. I think they just kind of made it up as like the mince pies and stuff as kind of like side dishes, but that kind of like additional puddings or something like that. But there's on the sheet there is technically down as 3 courses, but Rob told me that it was going to be like 5 because he was counting the mince pies and everything on there. But they usually have snacks out anyway, so yeah, we all enjoy ourselves anyway. We all get a nice meal, and it's all Christmassy. Well, happy days, yes. Well, it's meant to be for over 50s, but Rob's nice. He lets me in. As long as I'm willing to pay to get in, and I'm fine with that. That's fine by me. I love a roast beef. Oh, shepherd's pie. I hear more on the cottage pie because it's one of my nan's It's one of my nan's delicacies. There, love a good cottage pie. I'm sure I'd like a shepherd's pie as well. It's just I was always brought up on cottage pies. I think one's beef and one's lamb. I think. Oh, I love roast beef. If I ever have a Sunday dinner, I love a roast beef dinner. Ooh. So we've gone from puddings, now working back our way through to the savoury stuff. We're doing everything backwards here, aren't we? So but I like it. Can we go back to the puddings? Oh, I love me puddings. I think a few of you know that I love my puddings. If some of you remember me at the Alpha course, I was nicking everybody's. I wasn't nicking them. Everybody was giving them to me. I wasn't stealing. I don't do that. Oh, I love your roasters. I had roast chicken dinner I always have a roast chicken dinner on a Friday. That's usually got a nice load of veg, stuffing balls. Oh, I love stuffing. I love stuffing on the meat. Always good. Always good. Eat dessert first. I like that. Hey, Claire. Good to see you. You've got another 12 minutes with me. That's fine. If you could suffer that. Double. I think when it came to the puddings at the Alpha meal, I think I had about 4 one time because it was just a cheesecake. So everybody was giving me their cheesecake. It was like, oh, right. Yeah, I'm going to do the Alpha course again. I'm going to see if I can nick everybody else's pudding again. Everybody hide their puddings because I'm coming around. Oh, sorry. Let's kill the host, eh? You still owe Stephen. You still owe me some chips. I want. You keep telling me about them. Lemon drizzle cake. Lemon drizzle cake. Oh, they're quite nice. They are quite nice. They are. Put some custard on them. You're all good. We're all good then. Was that last week's Happy Days? They had a lemon meringue. You know, because they bought it out. Oh yeah, she made one, didn't she? This isn't the Alpha course, but oh well. Oh my. I'm actually lost at where we are now. I'm all over the place because this conversation is kind of sidetracked to puddings. Oh, who needs costumes? Well, besides at the end of it, I'm wearing it all anyway. If I keep gobbling it down, I'm covered. So yeah, that's my costume. Covered in pudding. But I'm not, no, I'm gonna, no, that, what I was gonna say wouldn't sound right. But some of them make it really, really well. Oh, now that's a good one, Anna. That's a good one. Apple crumble with custard. I love my auntie's version. It's more crumble than apples. Cover it in custard. Ooh. Cake versus pie. Ooh. Fruity. That's your choice. Yeah, I've got to go with cake. I'd have to take a cake over because I've got to put some. I'd want some custard on it. I want some custard or maybe a bit of cream, depending on what's on offer. I notice quite a lot of times it's usually cream that they use, but there is times where you get a nice proper, like a sticky toffee pudding with covered in custard. Lovely, nice chocolate fudge cake with custard. Oh, I'm going to. Oh, you don't know. Oh, Stephen, you've started people off now. You don't know who Margaret is. No. No. Margaret is a lady from church who does a really, really nice cake and does a really nice lemon drizzle cake. just before you start looking for Margaret's cake. You're spotting Dick and custard. Right, okay. Yeah, I figured that might have been what you were saying. Sorry, it's just to throw you off. Jam roly-poly. Oh, I love a jam roly-poly, but they're so darn filling. Though it might have been because I had tried to have a whole roll to myself, but you know, I mean, come on. I love me pudding. I've said many times I love my puddings, and I'll try and eat a whole one. But I was defeated. Sometimes even I can be defeated by a pudding. Chocolate gatto. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. There's nothing wrong with a scone and some cream. Classic British right there. Have a cup of coffee with it. Oh, won't say coffee. Bet you're already having one, Stephen. Hopefully you're not having it Irish. Sorry, Stephen. I'm not trying to have digs at you. Well, before any of that question gets answered, Cecilia, I think I know what Stephen's answer will be. And there it is. All right. Oh, I hope you're all having fun tonight. Oh, look. Hey, I'm a historian. I'm not an advertisement board. I'm not the info point. But that's the idea. don't know. I'm flummoxed now. These conversations are. Oh, I'm loving it though. Really, Cecilia? I didn't notice. You love talking about food. Yeah. I can't say I dislike it. The cake that I had a few weeks ago is called a coconut cake. That was all right. Had a little bit of fruit jam in the middle of it. It was quite nice because they put custard over it. It was like I think that's what they called it, a coconut drizzle cake. No, I'm mixing the two cakes together now. Coconut cake. Oh dear. Oh dear. Stephen, Sam, should we warn Margaret that we might have a mob coming after her at some point? Goodness. I'm sorry. I know Margaret isn't watching my live streams, but oh my. This is that'd be fun. Oh, I'm sure she would. I'm sure she would. That's the thing with Margaret. She's so nice and helpful, but she'll set you straight if you do something wrong, as people have found out the hard way. But as long as you're nice to her, she's nice to you, and most of the time she'll stay nice to you. But everybody has their limits. I'll just tell her to watch the last 10 minutes of this live stream and see where we get with that. Oh dear. Yeah, Sam, that might be a little tricky. Though, if they did come over here, though, I think some of us are already kind of religious in that area, anyway. So I don't think we need to worry too much, because you've done Catholic stuff and stuff like that, haven't you, Philly? Anna, sorry, I'll use your actual name. Oh dear. Hey, I'm not outreaching now. A live cooking show. I can't cook. It'd be a terrible show. Trust me. I'd need to hire a special chef at that point, and I'm not getting enough money to hire a chef. Tell you what, I'll hire Gordon. I'll plan for a couple of months' time. I'll hire Gordon Ramsay. Is that a deal? Anyway. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Claire. I look well, and I'm sure you look well as well. It'd probably be an Inferno show, because you'd probably be watching me trying to dash out the kitchen. I'd probably set the blooming thing on fire. Invite. Nah, man, it's not something I can do. Remember, I live with my parents. Oh yeah, thanks. You're ganging up on me now. Okay. Oh my. Oh. I'm gonna need to lie down after this. Well, I'm glad you've all enjoyed yourself. I've enjoyed myself too. I'm so glad we've all had a great laugh. Even though the second half of this show has been nothing to do with costumes, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's just a starter topic, but at the end of the day, we're just enjoying ourselves. We all just wanna have fun. I'm not singing. Stop trying. Nope. None of that. Well, the thing is, next month, those of you who are still able to watch, will just be I'm just calling it a Christmas party. We're just going to have a nice ramble about Christmas, and we're just going to share Christmas stories. We're essentially going to gather around the campfire and share our stories, roast some marshmallows. Maybe not so much the roasting of the marshmallows, because we won't be able to get the full enjoyment out of it. But anyway, thank you everybody for coming and joining this month, and I hope to see you again next month for our Christmas party, our Christmas special party. Still got to work on a name for that. Either way, we're having a Christmas party next month. Next month, come back. I think it's like the 28th, whichever the last Saturday is. Anyway, thank you. You've all been wonderful guests. Thank you. And I will see you next month. Goodbye, everybody. You've got to go. Right. Okay, bye.